Welcome to an all-new Lay It Omni. Allow me to lay it on you.
You guys remember Colleen Ballinger? The YouTuber apologist known for the #1 hit song Gossip Toxic Train?
All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation.
This happened in 2023, by the way. Do you feel old yet? Well, it's December 2026, and we finally have a new challenger.
2 a.m. and she calls me 'cause I'm still awake. Can you help me unravel my latest mistake? I don't love him.
This is Rosie, aka JasmineRiceGirl. She's currently playing the piano in response to a massive public backlash for vehemently supporting a company by the name of Suno, an AI music generating platform that lets people create full-ass songs from just a couple of text prompts. Hey Suno, create a song about a train that is toxic because it is filled with gossip. And that's kind of how it works. Because what Suno does is it takes music that's publicly available, like on YouTube, it feeds it into its AI prompter and turns it into this algorithm model, and then it takes everything that it's learned to create new music using just a few prompts. So in today's video, I'm going to cover the immense public backlash of JasmineRiceGirl, aka Rosie, in more detail. It was pretty bad. I'm also going to talk a little bit more about Suno and its multiple ongoing copyright lawsuits, and then at the end I'll talk about the aftermath of all of the damage and where that leaves all of us now. So you guys know the drill. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, and yeah, allow me to lay it on you. So first things first, who exactly is JasmineRiceGirl? JasmineRiceGirl, also known as Rosie, was originally an online content creator and influencer on Twitter. She was known for being really super freaky and sex positive, usually making lots of provocative tweets. A very big time gooner indeed. In 2020, she and 2 other co-founders created a company known as Fanhouse. Fanhouse was basically the suitable for work version of OnlyFans. It was pivoted towards content creators, influencers who wanted to create paid subscriptions with their community. But from what I recall, I remember it being kind of like an OnlyFans light. It was still filled with like suggestive content, but it was just kind of slightly tamed better to be underneath that 18+ threshold. 3 years later, she resigned from Fanhouse, which was then later purchased by another similar company by the name of Passes. She then later became the head of creators and content, or director of partnership, with the company we mentioned earlier, Suno. I'm guessing this is a similar role as Fanhouse, where she's the person who connects the bigwigs with the influencers in order to market the company. So yeah, that's Rosie. What exactly led to the Twitter backlash and her having to respond by playing the freaking piano? Guys, before we get further into today's topics, I'm happy to announce that today's video is sponsored by dbrand. Guys, the holidays are right around the corner, and I know that you have not finished your holiday shopping. How do I know this? Because I know you guys, okay? You're lazy heathens. I know. I know. Fear not though, because me and dbrand have you covered. Literally. Because it's a cover. Got a phone? Of course you do. It's 2025, you idiot. Grab a case. They have limitless skins and a grip feature that makes it difficult for it to slide out of your hand. But even if it does, it doesn't matter because it's drop proof. Got a Switch 2? Maybe a Steam Deck? Get yourself a kill switch. It comes with a case that has grip features just like the phone as well, but you take this bad boy with this bad boy and voila, your Switch 2 is protected, okay? And again, this is drop proof. I just dropped it. I'm not worried about it. For real, for real. And what I like most is that I can just kind of just take it off, but still keep the grip and the case on because it comes with its own charger. Think about it. You're giving somebody something that they'll use almost every freaking day, which means when they use it, they'll think about you almost every freaking single day. And on the off chances you have nobody to give a gift for, okay, get it for yourself for me. dbrand keeps the lights on. So if you guys use my link when you buy something, okay, it's a win-win for both of us. So yeah, guys, what are you waiting for? Make your holiday shopping easy this year. Head over to dbrand.com/omni and treat yourself or somebody else. Trust me, whoever gets one of these under their tree is going to love you for it. Again, that's dbrand.com/omni. And again, special thanks to dbrand for sponsoring today's video. What had happened was Rosie, I guess doing her job and doing a little bit of marketing, which seems to have panned out pretty well, made this specific tweet right here where it reads, "I grew up singing. I sang everywhere I went. I wrote songs in my diary. I told teachers that I wanted to be a singer and songwriter when I grew up. But wanting to be a musician in 2006 required resources that a low-income family didn't have. My parents couldn't afford to give me any instruments. They couldn't pay for music lessons. They couldn't get me into studios. A dream I had became just a memory until now. I am beyond proud and honored to get to work at a company that is enabling music creation for everyone. For the 13-year-old kid in their bedroom who dreams of being a musician, you can be one. For all of the other professional artists, you can do more of what you love. I really wish Suno existed 20 years ago when I was a kid in elementary school, showing strangers songs I wrote with no way to produce them. But I'm really happy that exists today. For all of the other kids who might need it, we are still just getting started. Smiley face, okay? Quick reader's note, by the way. You guys see this smiley face right here? Okay, if anybody sends you this smiley face, especially like at the end of a sentence or a paragraph in an email, okay, run. You are in danger, all right? Do not trust anybody who uses this, okay? With no emoji, just the colon. Do not trust. Do not trust. But yeah, this is the first tweet that kind of blew the entire Twitter squad up and made her get ratioed by like 50 million users. Okay, definitely here pandering towards low-income family and saying, yeah, I didn't have any money, so I couldn't make any music. She also linked one of these images. AI music platform Suno valued at $2.45 billion. That's right. Startup has raised $250 million and says annual revenue has reached $200 million. More on them later. Now let's look at the replies, shall we? Okay, there's too many. All right, she got quote retweeted by so many people, got ratioed by people with like 2 followers. It was so bad, bro. But let me just read a couple. Theo said, hey, love you, Jasmine, but this really ain't it, Z. Music is one of the most accessible fields to get into by far. Many of my favorite albums were produced in bedrooms on iPads. That's the difference, though. They were produced. Effort was put in by a human to create the sounds we experienced. There is no art quite as soulless as AI music generation. This doesn't enable new artists. It enables unmotivated people who don't care about the art. Here's some other responses, okay? This person said, wait, you're shilling for AI slop now? Wow, this effing sucks. It's terrible. You're not ashamed of this. Oh, wow, that's the fastest unfollow ever. I didn't realize you were at Exploitation Co. trying to encourage kids to automate their dreams with plagiarism. The low-income sob story won't work to justify AI music that was trained on music that real people made. When my family couldn't afford the rent increases, we'd sometimes live at extended stay hotels, and even my broke ass learned piano and guitar as a kid. This is ghoulish. And then Rubber Ross, our boy Rubber Ninja, saying bullshit, okay? As far as back as 2003, sites like Newgrounds had audio portals packed full of people making music on pirated free software for zero cost. Art has always been accessible. Drop the sob story. This last one I want to read. AI music generator Suno admits it was trained on essentially all music files on the internet. So yeah, okay, we stop it, okay? Get some help. We're not idiots, okay? But that's the thing. I think sometimes some people like to push this stuff and think that we're just stupid, and we'll read it and be like, sounds like this is a good thing, a great practice, and very ethical. No, we're not stupid. However, she doubled down, okay? She made a follow-up tweet saying genuinely no hate to anyone. At the end of the day, you guys care about helping people, and so do I. I believe that music belongs to everyone and that lowering the barrier to entry for music is a good thing, okay? You know what? I agree. I think lowering the barrier to music is a great thing, okay? But this is not lowering the barrier to music, okay? Me typing, create a song, okay? Just based off a freaking sentence does not lower the barrier. It's not creating music. It's typing something and telling an AI to do it instead. I've seen people light up when they get to create music for the very first time. I've seen Suno improve the creation process for so many lifelong musicians I know. I get to work with, okay, blah, blah, blah. This is just all appeal to emotion. It's all garbage. It's not responding to what people are saying so far. I know AI is really scary. I worry about it too, and I've talked about it many times before. How do we make sure we enable AI for good and creativity? I think this is the question every technologist and every consumer needs to think about, and I'm at Suno because I want to help push towards the right goals. It's our responsibility to foster technology for good. Ultimately, I believe in technology's ability to expand creation for more and more people. Okay, I believe in that too as well. However, not by stealing the actual work from people who already put in the blood, sweat, and tears to make work. Okay, this is gaslighting. All right, I agree with technology doing things for humankind and expanding it, but I don't believe in technology stealing from people who have created work with their time and energy. That's the difference that we're talking here, and they know it. They're just not saying it. Again, getting dunked on, okay? This person said if you were really working to make music accessible to low-income kids who couldn't afford instruments and music lessons, you wouldn't be working for an AI slop company requiring a paid account to create music trained off real talented musicians do some real work. This is just gross. And it links to this article that says in 2026, Suno will make several changes to the platform, including launching new, more advanced and licensed model. When the new models launch in 2026, the current models will be deprecated. Moving forward, downloading audio will require a paid account. Suno will introduce download restrictions in certain scenarios. Specifically in the future, songs made on the free tier will not be downloadable and will instead be playable and shareable. Paid tier users will have limited monthly download caps with the ability to pay for more downloads. So yes, you can prompt and create music. It's not yours though. You're going to have to pay more money just to download it, and you're capped at how much you can download. Okay, so you can only type so much until you can get to that limit, and you have to pay another tier for it to create more music that's been stolen from other people. So what did she do? She tripled down. I think she actually quadrupled down and posted a video that's titled Breathe. Okay, it's a 2-minute and 35-second video of her, I think, just playing some music with her dog here. Again, appealing to emotion. Oh, that's a cute little doggo. And I'm ashamed that she has a Hunter x Hunter thing. I think this Hunter x Hunter picture is also AI. Oh no, I think I've seen this one. I don't know if this is actually created by a person. Oh my God, bro. I don't know for sure, but I think this one might be AI. Anyway.
2 a.m. and she calls me cause I'm still awake. Can you help me unravel my latest mistake? I don't love him. Winter just wasn't my season.
Beautiful. How long did it take you to learn that? The singing plus the playing the piano? How long? Are you just telling me that I can just skip all of that? I can just literally say, hey, can you make a song where a person's playing the piano, singing this song just like this girl? I can take this actual video, feed into the AI slot machine, yum, 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 yum. Make it. Do it for me, brother. She reads, same people who told me to go pick up an instrument are the same people saying this is worthless. So which is it? What? What is this? I'm not going to say what I really feel. If I say what I really feel, okay, I will be banned off YouTube for at least 6 months. TLDR, okay, Rosie is out here shilling for this company, trying to connect with other content creators and create some good marketing. Instead, it kind of flipped and is creating a lot of bad marketing. In fact, after the fact, this person here, Perry, talked about how specifically how she was reaching out to people. This is what her job is. It says, the cornballs over at Suno tried to pay me to push the soulless AI slot program, #support human art. And it reads, hey man, huge fan of your videos. I lead creator partnerships at Suno Music, and we'd love to do a paid collaboration with you. Please let me know if you'd be interested in chatting more, and I can send over an email. And he said, how much would you guys be paying? It says, do you know your average video views in the last 30 videos? And said, oh, nah, I just looked into it respectfully. Never in my entire life would I ever promote AI garbage. As an artist, what you're doing is shameful. I'm sure you're a good person, but to profit off of the death of art and creativity is despicable. Shame on you and all your counterparts wasting good water to make a little extra money off people who don't have the brain capacity to create something. Respectfully, some advice: money isn't everything. Find peace and God and whatever religion that may be. Damn. That was a lot. My man said, find God, you suck, deuces. Anyway, that's the tea with Rosie and the backlash with her on Twitter, okay? But let's talk about the real meat and bones and juice, Suno. Because after you hear what I'm about to tell you, oh brother, you're not gonna like it. See, the thing is, Suno is doing just fine. Like I've already told you guys, they're a generative AI music platform, right? They were founded in 2023 by a team of former AI engineers. As said earlier, the company basically lets anyone type in a prompt and it will generate a full track with vocals, instruments, everything. There's literally no need to learn how to play music when you have Suno. The company soon exploded and hit a $2.45 billion valuation and is literally one of the fastest growing AI tools so far. A year later, Suno was sued by major record labels for over $500 million for mass copyright infringement, claiming that they stole songs from places like YouTube and fed them into their model without permission. Basically suggesting that, hey, you trained your billion-dollar AI on music that didn't belong to you. Suno, however, denies this claim and argues that their songs don't contain samples and all outputs are original. This, guys, brings us to the very core of the war on AI. Are you infringing when you take people's material and use it to train your AI model, or are you infringing if you output something that is similar to the copyright, the original source. Imagine if I'm an AI, okay? Just I'm a human being, I'm an AI, right? And I listen to music and I consume all of it. You know, I'm consuming music by listening to it, and it inspires me to create my own song, right? This is the concept of AI. Is this source, this entity? Is it this thing that is it also similarly imitating what humans already do, but legally? And because this is still the wild, wild west of AI, okay, there hasn't been enough precedent set to kind of establish the rules around this area. As of late 2025 this year, I think only just a couple of days ago, maybe even a week or two, Suno settled with Warner Music Group, okay, one of the labels that were suing them. Part of the settlement is that they're now working on quote unquote licensed AI models, which means artists can opt in, control how their voice and songs get used, and there are new limits on how free users can download Suno tracks. So unfortunately, because the lawsuit settled, right, we don't actually get a court precedent that talks about what Suno can or cannot do. Okay, what will happen normally is if the lawsuit was won or lost, that lawsuit sets a precedent that can then be spread out to other familiar lawsuits. But because it was settled, then no precedent unfortunately was set. This might sound like a good ending, okay? Yay, Warner Music came in and forced them to basically get rid of their old model and retrain it off of new things where people have to basically buy or agree. Like that sounds like that's the happy ending, right? But people don't actually believe that. Again, number one, a lot of people are upset because it gets rid of the ability of creating a legal precedent, okay? Again, if this lawsuit did not settle, then the court may have come to a term that says what it is that people can or cannot do when it comes to AI, which could have been spread universally across many other companies as well. Number two, what happens to the old AI model, okay? A part of the lawsuit says that they basically have to do this thing where they phase out their old model, but people don't know what it means to phase out. And some people believe that the old model will still be retained and used in a way that we might not know. Because if you think about it, if you literally phased out the model that made this company worth $250 billion and you started from scratch again, then the valuation would just disappear because you no longer have the model that knows all of the information that it did before. Number three, Warner Brothers is still in support of AI music. You just have to pay for it, okay? Like they're literally only here because they felt like they weren't getting their cut. But now that they're getting their cut, it's like, all right, cool, we can move on to the next thing. And lastly, it leaves a whole bunch of questions still unanswered. Was Suno trained on stolen music? Okay, or AI companies, are they allowed to literally scrape everything online, or like the artist? Okay, do they have to opt out of this, or should AI companies have to basically opt in? Anyway, that's all I have for this episode of Lay It Omni. You've just been laid. Moral of the story: Suno stole music, they got rich, they settled, they kept everything, and now they're being rewarded. So what exactly happens now? Hate to break it to you guys, but business as usual. AI continues to steal and consume human-generated content while people who spent years crafting art compete with little Timmy and Tommy, who both have a keyboard, but unfortunately also a dream. The dystopian future of AI taking over, okay, it's here. We're in it. We're like at phase one. It's going to just keep expanding. We have Elon Musk talking about how like AI is going to essentially like replace jobs and make it so that people don't have to work. And in my opinion, and this is not defeatist, okay, but it's one of those things where AI won't be stopped. To be honest, it will not. The question is not about will AI stop existing. It's going to be, are we going to be able to put in enough laws and regulations to protect people before it swallows everything up? And I actually think the answer to that has already been answered. The answer is a hell no. Okay. AI has already stolen everything that it can find on the internet. And a lot of the AI companies that you know have already created models based off all of the art that they can find everywhere. It's already in place. It's already there. Retroactively, will the courts go back? I don't think so as well, because AI is like one of the biggest running factors of of literally the economy. Okay, almost all of the big techs that have invested into AI, they're worth billions of dollars. There's no way they're going to unwind all of that. That's a bubble that nobody wants to pop. So essentially, in my opinion, it's one of those situations where you have to adapt or die. Okay, literally adapt or die. All right, the currents of AI will slam you and destroy you if you stand in your way with your hands there trying to stop it. Okay. Pick your battles, right? There are ways that you can insert in and stop the damage or try to reframe it to protect people, but don't try to stop AI overall, because it's just not. It's like trying to stop the internet back when it came out a long time ago. AI is here. The question is just how much bigger is it going to get? And my guess is just going to integrate into our lives in a way we can't even fathom at this point in time of our thinking. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the situation, what you think about Rosie. Okay, what do you think about Suno? What do you think about AI? What do you think about all this? Okay. okay? I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys later. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.